Hello, everyone. We're representing Hampden-Sydney College in the William & Mary Global Innovation Challenge. So today we're going to be tackling the disinformation crisis. And disinformation is the spread of misinformation intentionally to harm. We believe that this is dangerous because it can lead to the downplay of human rights violations from foreign governments. We aim to establish a committee whose sole purpose is to combat disinformation by educating the youth through a curriculum specifically tailored for media literacy, critical thinking strategies, and public awareness of human rights. So we believe that using already created NATO education programs will create easy implementation for our program and curriculum. By using PTEX and NATO learning centers, we'll be able to easily track credibility and effectiveness through the institutions over the years. So the implementation of our curriculum seems to be a one-time cost. We develop it once, we use it, and it can be continuously used year over year. So the scalability will be able to be tracked through the effectiveness and use of institutions throughout the years continuously. So that's our summary. That's our proposal. We're ready for questioning if you guys are. So Judge Jacobs, if you're ready, we're ready for all your questions.
All right, then we can move into the Q&A section.
Perfect.
Right, fantastic. I have to admit, I quickly had to Google the PTEC, but I think it's a very nice way of how you combine that. How would that look like with a committee overseeing programming? And if I understand correctly, the university and the PTECs executing it?
Yeah, so essentially, this is a program. The committee itself will help draft curriculums and work through the cooperation of PTEC and other NATO-affiliated universities and institutions and learning centers in order to successfully educate given people, various people, be they young or older, enrolled in universities on these topics, on critical thinking, on media awareness, and things of that nature.
Right, but then the actual teaching would be done by the already staff of these institutions.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
Curriculum by the, fair enough. I think that also covers very nicely a funding question. Excellent. How would you make sure that the correct audience would get involved? Because I would assume that people involved with either NATO University or PTEC are somehow already interested or okay with working together with NATO, are okay with democratic values and so on, but that will probably not be the audience. So how do we get to the right audience?
So through the institutions that are partnered with NATO already, with the implementation, we'll be able to track the success of them and prove to people, build our credibility that it works, that it will help teach preferably the youth so they can grow up knowing these important skills like critical thinking and media awareness, media literacy, that those institutions can implement this curriculum that we already drafted up. They just have to start teaching and using it, that it will work, it will prove beneficial for these other countries, NATO partners, and institutions.
And I would also like to add that after this is proven to be successful, this specific committee would be able to draft curriculums that could be used by existing NATO countries in their own school curriculums.
Like in public schools.
Yeah, in order to help educate their youth.